Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. So on bottom left side as the red Tasha, we got Dark. So on top right side as Black Beast, we got Giant Show. Still don't know how to properly pronounce that. Tasha's course buff from the cartridge counterpart does have standard boarding cost, only one raise, 30, 60, 60, standard energy there. All units get the standard plus 10, plus 10. Air units get plus 40, additional plus 40% offense, plus 20% defense. And if they start their move within the zone, they will get plus 2 movement range. And of course, when it comes to global effects for the superpower, it does provide all of your air units plus 4 movement range, making it allowed for a deep strike and deep surgical strikes and annihilate everything. Beast is technically a custom CO in Tiny Wars. Standard boarding cost, standard radius, standard energy, and standard max energy. All units get plus 10, the standard plus 10 plus 10. All specialty units, which are infantry, mechs, bikes, recons, and flares, get additional 20% offense. And if any of those units end their turn on top of one of your opponent's city, you get to seal that opponent's income immediately and denies them from getting that income the following turn. So, end turn on a city, regardless of what the capture state is, your opponent will not get income next turn, and you'll get the 1,000 funds immediately. The beast has both a power and superpower, both cost 60 energy. They just effectively provide slightly different bonuses. Of course, the plus 10 global, you get all special units get plus 20% offense. Additionally, all special units get plus 2 movement range and plus 2 vision and sees through hiding space, so the limit effect. The rating becomes global as well. Superpower is, of course, you get the plus 10 global, plus 20% offense for specialty units global. And what makes the superpower is you get triple income on any property and prevents that property from providing income for the next 3 turns. So if you end turn on your own property, you get that income paid forward, very nice. And you turn on a neutral property, you get 3,000 income. And so in case it ever gets flipped, nobody gets income until 3 turns later. Or you end your turn on your opponent's property, get 3,000 income immediately, and prevent your opponent from collecting up income on that property for the next 3 turns. When it comes to this map, both players have access to 3 bases and 1 airport behind a bit of plasma. Additionally, there's a decent number of shores and cities on this map. Calm towers here. Those pretty much favor one side. On the weak side, if you lose your calm tower on your weak side, you're probably just outright losing the game either way. This is a plus of shores there. The central tower is in fact a shore or a beach. It looks quite nice there. I can see a fun activity in the afternoons. Just try to swim out into the central little island there. That's something I would definitely do when I was would do growing up. Whenever my parents go to a lake just to relax for a weekend, and there's an island that's nearby they can swim to, I'm not opposed to try to swim to it. Good amount of infantry there, some bikes now being pulled on the field. Bike. Tasha will likely overload herself up into any sort of air unit, battlecopter, or maybe even duster, but she can still be loading herself into a tank just to be a bit more liable to get the power charge going. But loading herself into the battlecopter gives herself not only absurd amount of firepower, but also additional mobility. Duster could be a good option, but dusters are pretty expensive. And so loading herself up into a duster would allow her to one-shot basically infantry units on demand and dance around here no problem. The problem is, of course, is you'd be limited to taking out infantry. Great to get power charge, but that's about it. Tank rig. So we do have early rig by the beast. So you can lay down temporary airport. It's also on his weak side as well. It's going to go for a mech. The airport technically is more pushing towards the weak side than the strong side, but it's not too big of a deal. It's just probably a way to slow down aircraft from actually reaching the field. Beast now load himself into a tank. It's not a bad idea to load himself into a recon. Flares are actually not a half bad item, since flares are disturbingly powerful versus infantry, and also versus other targets. But of course, it is not a fog war game, but strangely enough, flares do have a purpose in non-fog war games of actually having a pretty good machine gun for its price. And of course, if you're ever fighting against Penny, it's also a good idea to get one of those ready just in case rain shows up. Mr. Bear can be a little bit sadistic on those games. I swear, rain is one of the worst things you can fight against when fighting against Penny on a non-fog of war map, since you don't have any flares ready to go. Got battlecopter, bike, mech, and infantry, of course. Tasha's not captured up her airport just yet. Tank, infantry, tank. So a good amount of tanks by Tasha. Beast is lacking tanks. Redeploys over here to a bit of block in that tank. You have him surrounded, at least from this side. That tank is out of range. The thing is, well, this tank could stay in the region and fight, let this tank push forward, provide some cover. Then the Beast will have to deal with 2 tanks. That's probably something I'll do. Be aggressive with this tank, have this tank come in reserve, and if this tank is attacked, you bring this tank to defend. If you push, if this tank is attacked, you can bring this tank to take revenge. Tasha, of course, has not loaded herself up into any unit. We may see a unit being floated from the airport probably next turn. The only thing I think Tasha should not really load herself up into, hear me out, in a bomber. Because she'll be dropping miniature nuclear bombs. She doesn't need that extra firepower. Extra mobility, however, would be very nice. Dance around the anti-airs. That's just, I think, a little bit on the overkill side. Tank, infantry. Couple free picks for Tasha. This tank can replace this tank and strike the Beast's command tank, and she will do that. Anti-air infantry. She's deploying out anti-airs on both sides of the map. Battlecraft deploying the field as well. She's liking what the CO we get. Medium tank. Tank and infantry. So picking out some outlying units there. She is out of range of that tank as well. Forest and Wasteland is not as good on treads. Another battlecopter, infantry. Guys, see the raid effect there? She did. The Beast did seal 1,000 and come there. Very nice. Anti-air. tank, another rig. No tanker reports have been deployed in the field just yet. Good first strike there, really relying on the extra defense stars there from the forest. Strikes the mech there. Strikes the infantry unit there. Command copter pushing up north. Do have an anti-air way back here. Tank, battlecopter, infantry, artillery. Another battlecopter by the beast. It's a good pick there. A lot of good tank strikes there. Medium tank now advancing. Tasha's lacking some stuff to counter out the medium tank at the moment. But her battlecopter is somewhat in range, I believe. I believe just cleaning out one of those units there will get her in range. Infantry. Okay, and here. Yeah, if I were to click on her, yeah, just clearing out one of these units there would allow her to range some medium tank for command copter. Beast right now also has 45 NG, so she may want to try to pick that off if possible. Lots of good picks there. Artillery in range, battlecopter as well. Anti-air is going to be the water with the battlecopter. Josh is bringing a good number of battlecopters in the field. Picks off that unit there, get a booster strike there. Infantry takes on infantry. So the beast tank will stay alive for now. And there's a decent amount of stuff nearby. He should be able to get a superpower this turn. A lot of targets for him. He can bring his power or superpower this turn. Sacks the mech there. 59 energy. Now you can pop a superpower. It is the superpower there. You can see the S, which means it's the triple raid. Maybe should have been a little bit more careful with some of those infantry units there. You can see there, got a triple raid there. He also parked units on his own properties. Got another triple raid there, and there as well. You can see there, he stole money from his own city there. He's gonna have a mass deployment there. Stole some money there. He's at 40,000 income with 23,000, or 40,000 in the bank with 23,000 income. Tank, mech, bomber, anti-air. So Tasha may need to get out a duster. Tasha's gonna be missing some income for a bit of amount of time over here as well. Okay, so a good number of those units there. Artillery not getting struck. Medium tank gets struck pretty hard there. Her battlecopters are souped up. So her command copter. Her command copter right now has plus 75% firepower, plus 70% from her CO zone and CO loaded unit. Battlecopter, infantry, tank, and bike. No duster in the build queue just yet. I think she should have gone for a duster last turn. Beast is pushing forward with his tanks. Picks off some outlying units there. Brings up the medium tank to get repaired on up. Still does not have. I suppose the anti-air is somewhat in range of the command copter, barring the mobility issue. Medium tank. Anti-air. Good strike there. Another mech. Last good pick down south. Base right now has 108,000 versus Tasha's 117. Center pull ahead quite a bit. The beast lost quite a bit of assets down south. Drops the captain entirely. She's at 39 energy. Anti-air, battlecopter, infantry. Right now, Tasha does have 2 anti-airs in the field. One of them is fully veteran. And that's sort of a problem. I think she's lacking proper anti-air. Does get one of the anti-airs there. Got another battle copter by the beast. Takes out the anti-air there. Duster, infantry, anti-air, so good. Now got a proper mobile counter deal with that bomber. Plus her superpower is almost available, that could be very nice. Anti-air can't range anything there, so it's forced to fall back. Bomber strikes a 4 infantry unit there, not a great target for it. Anti-air must be out of range. Yep, it is just simply out of range. So bomber has a bit more free reign down south. Tank, mech. Anti-air strikes the bike. It strikes anti-air there. Tank gets picked off. Mech gets hit there. With 2 anti-airs nearby, it's going to be hard for the beast to keep that stuff alive. The beast right now has some 20 energy on the CO zone. And now the bomber is not fully surrounded, just surrounded from the side. Also, he could try striking the veteran anti-air. 2 ammo remaining. Don't think it's a way for him to just bleed off the ammo and then focus on the other one, the bomber. Could be possible. Tank, infantry. Strike the battle up there. The beast's at 30 energy right now. Picks off that tank there. Pulls back the bomber. Maybe not pull back the bomber far enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe pull it back far enough. Maybe they will focus on the command tank there. Actually, yeah. Good kills up there. A lot of good kills there. She has her superpower now, but won't be able to pull it this turn. But this command tank may go down here. There's 30 energy. Maybe not. Maybe if the anti-air nearby as well. No. Needs one of these anti-airs to strike the. Need this anti-air to strike the bomber. Yep. There. The battlecopter was able to range it. Now the veteran anti-air can strike the bomber. Nice little merge there. Takes the anti-air there. Trying to flip the properly now. Takes the tank there. Anti-air gets a good strike there on the bomber. Battlecopter. Tank, infantry. Bomber up. It does re-CO the tank up there. Medium tank strikes the regular tank. It's the artillery. Gains a good power generation. Bomber takes out the what's left of the artillery. Good strike there on Tasha's battle copter, but did retaliate for a good amount of damage. Same there as well. But Tasha's battle copter can simply fall back and pop the superpower. And giving all of his aircraft +4 range, which will not mention increased firepower. Maybe it's a good idea to just simply fall back and pop it. Also gives +10 global. And now this is the range of a battlecopter. He can range this medium tank. Yeah, everything's now pretty much in range. Merge there. Takes the bomber. Make sure he takes out the battlecopter. Battlecopter strikes battlecopter. Main tank goes down. Infantry finishes off the tank. Medium or tank does take out the rig. Able to strike the infantry unit there. Another tank goes down. Bomber, tank, infantry. The beast is now down 75,000. Tasha and the beast has resigned. This Anagrade is saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.